Hello and good afternoon. Hang on, I'm recording it. I'm not sure if I'm recording it. Hang on. Am I recording? Yeah. Hello. I wasn't sure if it was recording. Yeah, it's recording. Right. Hello and good afternoon to my live show. And it's my 20th show, this one, so great. Something to celebrate. Right, straight in. Today I want to just go through quickly the sort of things that I do with people on a one-to-one basis and who I really help. And if you're going through some sort of, I don't know, change, transition in life where you're pretty much either going through it or come through it, and you're now looking to sort of move forward in life and really start building life again and creating what you want out of life, really. We all have like what's called I call a turning point in any transition. When we're going through a change which is difficult or some sort of process of transition, we often have this turning point where we sort of have a light bulb moment where we say to ourselves, enough's enough of living like this, I need to do something. If you're in that situation, then that's the sort of person I work with. I work on a one-to-one basis with people, but I also do group challenges as well, and speaking arrangements as well, which I'm setting up now, and I've got a 2 or 3 coming up soon. So if you're interested in bit helped through that sort of phase, that process, then get in touch and let's have a chat. So also with the Turning Point Challenge, I want to just quickly add that my date is the new date for that is 15th of June. That's the next one starting. The other one's finished about a week ago, and details of that are going to be in my weekly newsletter. So if you want to sign up for that and get details of that, please stick your name in the box. Okay, so today I'm talking about how we can be our best in 60 seconds, right? Okay, so think of this. You know the feeling you get when your football team is losing and it's the last minute of the game, or in a cup final perhaps, and it's the last seconds and you're chewing your nails and you're nervous and you're stressed and frustrated and everything else like that. Then they score a goal and you have that amazing elation, that joy, that passion that just comes out straight away. Now think of that emotion that you experience when that happens. We don't get it often, do we? It's very rare that we experience that connection, that feeling of amazing, just happiness, pure happiness. How often do we experience that? And wouldn't it be great if we could just tap into that whenever you choose, whenever you wanted to, and really use that energy to sort of push you forward in life and really create something that's positive, and then create the sort of feeling, the emotions that you want to live all the time, really, not just every now and then. So wouldn't that be great? The thing is, it is possible. So again, I want give a bit of an idea of how I work. The philosophy I sort of work with, it turns something as intangible as energy. Now, I've heard lots of people get confused over that idea. What is energy? Why? What does that mean? And some people just put off because they think it's about whatever they believe it's about, but not really understand it. So when we say that, it's your thoughts and your feelings. So your heart and your minds. Now, that's an intangible thing, isn't it? So I'm providing a service as an intangible service to help you with those things. Now, this philosophy that I work with actually turns the intangible into the tangible, so that we can actually see it and use it, and use it as some sort of guidance to help us create what we really want to be thinking and feeling in life, and not be driven by our subconscious mind all the time, so that we just go on whatever beliefs or understandings we've had of the past and let that dictate all our thoughts, our feelings, our decisions and everything else, right? So okay, when you categorize all of the different thoughts or emotions, feelings that we experience at any given time during a day, when we categorize those into different sections, it gives us a structure which we can refer to and look at and understand. Now that structure is 7 different levels of energy. Now those 7 different levels of energy are built from one which is defined by victim energy, and it goes right to the top, which is passion, pure passion. So at any given time, all of us are a mixture of different thoughts, different emotions, right? So by understanding or learning and understanding what these 7 different levels of energy are in a tangible concept, gives us an option to decide what level of energy we want to perform at in any sort of performance. So in any sort of situation that you might be presented in life. So when you can identify that, when you're able to choose which levels you want to resonate at, as opposed to unconsciously allowing yourself to resonate at whatever level you would naturally do so through the beliefs and things like fear and stuff that influence our thoughts and beliefs, then you clear away all the clutter so that it gives you the opportunity to then create something or move your energy to a different level so that you're actually much more productive and consistent in whatever it is you're choosing to do in life. So for instance, I'll give you an example. So if you were at a lower level, which is defined by catabolic energy, it's a tearing down, draining force, you would then be feeling thoughts of anger, but perhaps that's level 2, a bit low. You'd be feeling like a victim. You'd look at everything as being done to you rather than being at the effect of your own life. So you tend to get a mixture of all of these different energies at any one time. So it's not just like one or the other. You're a mixture of everything. So for instance, level 3 is more defined by responsibility. So if you're feeling self-pity perhaps and frustrated, but you've got that element of responsibility going on, that you know you've got to sort of pull yourself out of this situation, that's in line with a 1, 2 and 3 sort of mixture of energies, you see. So when we work with this structure, it gives us the ability to then decide where we want to be at any given time, and we can then move ourselves out of those tearing down, draining sort of energies up to something that's much more productive. So and you've got to remember that we are a constant fluctuation of energies at any given time. So being consciously aware of that, and it is that's the key, is the consciousness. You're aware of it, because 90% of the time we're driven by whatever our subconscious is telling us, and 10% of the time we're conscious of what we're doing. And it's that 10% where we get to choose where we want to be and how we want to do it and how we want to show up. And so I'll show you, I'll give you an example of how we can actually do this. And this is the thing, it takes 60 seconds. You can literally go from being a victim to feeling absolute passion in 60 seconds, like the analogy I just gave you with the football. So you're changing your thoughts to something that's much more creative in the moment, being able to sort of switch your perspectives. And it is that, it's a perspective. So it's, when we're talking about thoughts, that's what we're saying, perspective. And there's 7 different ways to look at any given situation that you might be experiencing at any given time. So if you're considering it from perspective of, I don't know, the lockdown, let's say. So you could have looked at that in 7 different ways. You could have allowed it to made you feel that you're restricted, you can't do things, you can't do what you want. You could have allowed it to make you feel angry, frustrated, etc. Or you could have taken responsibility for how you're feeling and used it to some degree to sort of push you forward in areas where you need to sort of progress. You rationalise the situation, look at it. So we're all in it together. That's a level 3 perspective. So being able to shift your thinking into something that's much more creative. And as you move up the spectrum, you start to look at things completely different as and where you decide you want to be. And if you wanted to look at it from the total level of passion, I would say, is level 7, is without judgment. You're looking at everything completely objectively. There's no good or bad at this level. So basically what you're doing here is you're creating a perspective in your mind without the things that hold you back. So it's conscious. If you sat there and you worked through every single level and decided which level you want to look at each situation from, what it does then is it changes the perspective and it changes the whole situation for you. So rather than looking at it from a victim level where you feel powerless, disengaged, like, you know, everything's done to you, you can switch it to the level of opportunity where you see possibilities everywhere. You learn, you grow, you look at the lockdown has happened. So in my perspective, for instance, when the lockdown happened to me, it gave me the opportunity to save money, gave me the opportunity to grow my business without distractions such as going to football or the gym or things like that. Things that got in the way of me focusing on my business before. So it gave me all of these options. I could have chosen to feel sorry for myself and, oh, I can't go to the pub. But I didn't. I chose to look at it from a perspective which helped me grow. And that's how we perform at our best. And if you do that, if you learn how to change your thinking from whatever's not working for you to something that does work for you, you perform at your best, at consistently. Now, we don't resonate like this all the time. It's impossible. You know, we're human beings. We've got judgment. We've got all of these things that are going on. That's why it's important to be conscious of your thinking and make it work for you at any given opportunity. And when you learn to do that, life changes. It completely changes. So, again, if you're interested in finding out more about how this works, then all you'd have to do is go to my website, drop a message in the contact box at the end there, or contact me any other way. I don't care. But either way, if you leave a message in the box on my website, I will get back to you ASAP, and we can set up a phone call, and I will have a little chat with you, no obligation whatsoever, and we will see where you want to go with that. And but this stuff is life-changing when you know how to use it and you practice it every day, and it's seriously made much easier to understand your thinking when it's in a more structured way. So you're not just like putting things out of the air. You're actually looking at a structure and saying, where do I want to resonate today? Where do I want to be thinking from? What do I want to be feeling today? So if you're not feeling where you want to feel, if you're not thinking what you want to think, then change it. Change that thought, that core thought, to something that works for you. So I hope this has been helpful to some of you. And as I said, get in touch if you want to hear more. See you soon. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.